Okay, I think we're live now. So hi everyone. Sorry we haven't done one of these in ages. It's been weeks and weeks. I think because we've both been had alternate weeks on the holiday and stuff. So yeah, we haven't done one of these in ages.
Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
You went to Vegas, didn't you? And then you were back for a bit, we were busy, and then it just we're here now anyway.
Yeah, it's difficult as well, I find, in the car boot season, because you get all your stuff on the Sunday, and then I find on the Monday wanting to list everything as well.
Yeah, Monday's a really manic day, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Hi Kath Palmer, hi Anne, Kelly, Seacom Resell, Neil, Rebecca E, OB2 Jason, hi everyone. Thank you for joining us. So I think we're going to keep this chat a little bit shorter than usual as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about half an hour or something. Well, let's talk till we run out of stuff to say.
Exactly.
So sometime on Wednesday then.
Yeah. Yeah. So if we start off our usual way, there's a few more people, Mir, Alison, Paul, and Resurrection. I think that's how you pronounce that. So we'll start off our usual way. Do you want to do your pickup of the week?
Yes, teddy bears. Like vintagey teddy bears. I went to a really rubbish car boot. Well, it looked really rubbish. I went to this car boot sale on Saturday afternoon, and Neil just said we could be here a long time then, Kaz. Yeah, I do talk a lot. That's true. Yeah, I went to this car boot sale on Saturday, and I looked at it. When you park up in the field, and I thought, oh God, it's going to be rubbish. Just that it wasn't that many stalls, and it was quite quiet. And I thought, oh dear. Anyway, it turned out to be quite good. Nothing amazingly exciting, but lots of good sort of bread and butter everyday stuff.
Yeah.
And my favourite thing was these two vintage teddy bears, a girl and a boy, and they've got that shaped face, which is very vintagey, isn't it? Like 60s, 70s.
Oh, right.
Shape. And I think, I was just saying to Rachel before we started, I think they are handmade. They look as though they certainly haven't been machined. Even the clothes are certainly handmade, but even the actual teddy bears themselves look as though they're handmade to me. So whether they were made by someone at home or, I don't know, there's no labels or anything. So I'm guessing they're probably homemade. But I really like the fact there was two of them, and they were £2 for the pair. I didn't even try to knock her down. I thought that was very good value for money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I bought some interesting bits off her, actually, some other vintagey bits and pieces, and loads of vintage buttons as well. God, I've got so many vintage buttons. I've got to sort them out. I've got like a big tub full now. I just keep packing more in there.
What are you going to do? Are you going to do them individually or part them out, or just one big job lot on the buttons?
Probably job lots, but not all of them. I've got enough for 3 or 4 big tinfuls, I would think now. So just mix them in together, and unless there's, I can't be bothered to sort them all out and see if there's any amazing little ones in there. So
yeah, I've got a tin as well. I think I've got it listed quite high at about £30. It's so hard to go off sold. They've been listed quite a while. I should really just reduce the listing price, really. But yeah,
the same. Last year, a tin full of, I think it was under a kilo, like maybe 800 grams, £24.99, and it sold quite quickly as well.
Oh, really? Maybe just all my keywords are not right in the list, and I'll have to double check. Lisa, Shelley, hi in the chat. Does it just start automatically, or do I have to refresh or something? I think it just starts automatically, the live stream.
If you can't see it now, though, you probably might need to refresh your browser.
Sorry, just reading Kath's comment. Yeah. And if which one is finished? Yeah. Okay, cool.
So I've just been looking at solds for the bears, and I've absolutely no idea. But I was so if anybody who's watching has any idea what I should price those at, please let me know. I said to you before we started, I thought maybe 35. I was feeling like 35, but I don't know. I really don't know. So yeah, any advice, much appreciated.
They'd be quite good, like TV props, I guess, that type of thing for kids' bedrooms and that sort of thing. So I haven't actually been out sourcing that much this week. I don't think I've been out at all. I've been doing a lot of, oh, it's so boring, the Etsy SEO, and just revising a lot of listings that way. So that's taken up a lot of time. And but I have shown this on my Instagram, but I'm going to show it here because I think it's one of the cooler things that I've picked up in the past week, or in the past couple of weeks, I should say. And really just because I don't know, it's not really my type of thing that I would pick up. I don't know much about it, but it's this, can you see that?
Yeah.
Cigarette case. I didn't even know it was a cigarette case when I picked it up. All I saw was just basically this like Japanese scene, like sort of printed. It's not printed, but like etched onto it. So I paid £5 for that. And I've seen other ones selling for about £50, 50 to 65 top end.
That's really good.
Yeah, I put it on high at 65, and hopefully, you know, we'll take offers of around 45 to 50 on it. But yeah, it's just something, you know, just trying to pick something up different.
Yeah, I think it's really good to try and do that, isn't it? It's so easy to get stuck into our little niches and comfort zones.
Yeah.
And yeah, it really is good to try and, I sort of thought that with the teddies. I don't generally go for toys at all, but they just caught my eye. So yeah, I think it is hard, isn't it, when there's so much stuff, especially at this time of year. There's so much stuff to pick up, that is stuff we know about and we're used to, and we know we can turn a profit. And so it is hard to sort of go, oh, shall I just take a fire on that? And
yeah. No, it's exactly the same. That's what I've been feeling lately, is that I was just like a couple of weeks ago, just really getting stuck in a rut of picking up the same things, and just realized that I wasn't really learning, looking to look anywhere else. Are you still there? Don't tell me she's left me on my own. Has she gone? Hang on, let me just message her. This is my worst nightmare come true, is just to be left alone talking.
I'm here.
You're here.
I don't know what happened. It might have been my internet just dropping out momentarily. Sorry. No idea.
Yeah, I was just saying about getting, you know, stuck in a rut, basically not stuck in a rut, but picking up the same things, and then you're just not learning about other, you know, different markets and stuff. So we've got Polashek and Jimmy in the chat as well.
Hi, Polashek.
Yeah, okay, cool. Apparently Jimmy sold, I think he sold a CD on Amazon, but I don't know what it is, but it was an amazing CD sale, I think.
Oh,
judging from what comes in. Yeah, tell us more. So do you want to do the questions on Instagram?
Yes, yeah, we got some questions, didn't we? I'll have to get my phone.
Yeah, I'll just read them out now. So I popped out, yeah, popped some, see if anyone wanted any questions, had any questions. So the first one, I think it's Kelly in the chat. So her Instagram name is Seek and Resell, if you want to go give her a follow. So her question is, what percentage of your inventory are boot sale finds versus charity shop finds? Do you want to start?
Yeah, that's actually quite a hard one. A, it depends on the time of year. B, a lot of my inventory at the moment is my BHS mega haul stuff. That's still ticking over in the background. But I would say, I want to say 50-50, maybe 70-30 at different times of year in favour of charity shops.
In favour of charity shops?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Oh, really?
In winter, yeah, lots and lots of clothes from charity shops.
Oh, sorry, that's in the winter?
Yeah, winter.
Sorry, right.
I think it varies from time of year, and I source other places as well. I snipe on eBay quite a lot, so there's some of that. And but yeah, I would say probably more charity shop than boot sale, but about half and half. About you?
It depends, like you said in the beginning, it just very much depends on the time of year and when the car boots are running. I tend to find when the car boots are running, we manage to get enough pretty much for us to last the week, a week's worth of listing. But occasionally on a Thursday we go to soft play with Olive, and what happens usually is one of us goes off to the charity shops for a few hours while the other one, stays with Olive. So yeah, in summer probably only about like once a week at most do we do the charity shops, and then winter time as well is different for us because we then focus a lot more on Amazon, and it's not so much used goods, it's more new stock as well. So yeah, I think, yeah, just depending on the time of year, completely fluctuates. In winter, I don't know how many times we'd go to the charity shop, maybe twice a week, 3 times a week.
Yeah, I never go out for a full day, but I tend to go probably 2 or 3 times a week, but only a couple of shops at a time.
So we do it a bit differently. We will allocate like one whole day to go to the charity shop. So we'll go a little bit further afield, and we'll do the whole day there.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that actually. I might swap over and do that. That seems better. The only thing is that I feel like it gets me out of the house. I'm at home by myself all the time, so it's kind of quite nice to do it a few times a week, just to get out and see a human being.
Yeah, I think quite a lot of people do like their parcel runs as well, don't they? And then just nip to a couple whilst they're out, which is quite a nice way.
I like your way though. It sounds more time saving, so maybe I'll give it a go.
In the chat, so sorry, just going back to that CD. Jimmy sold a CD on Amazon. He thinks he undersold it at £119. Which and it was a Shakin' Stevens CD. Isn't that brilliant?
That's amazing.
Yeah. Right, I always hear Nick pronounce this name Sibk. In my head, I always want to pronounce it Sibk. How do you? So hello.
Let us know how to pronounce your name.
I never know how to pronounce it. Hi, Natalie Resells. Hi, Heather, Treasure Pirate. Yeah. Sibk. Okay. There we go.
Excellent.
Okay, so the second question was from the Mama Seamstress. She says she can't watch live, unfortunately, but we'll catch up later. Yesterday, I bought quite a few pairs of shoes at the Car Boots to sell for the first time. So my question is, do you have particular angles that you photograph every time, and how do you package shoes when there's no box?
Yes, is the short answer for me. Hang on, let me go and get a shoe, and I'll be able to show you it's easier. Back in a sec.
My Jamie's mum works in a shoe shop, so we're really fortunate that we get all of the shoe boxes to package in. So it's not very often. I was just saying Jamie's mum works in a shoe shop, so we're lucky to get shoe boxes. So it's not very often that we have to put like shoes in a poly mailer or something like that.
No, I don't ever put shoes in a poly mailer, but nice to be getting all those boxes. I do bubble wrap. I put them side to side, so that one like that and the other one opposite. Do them quite firmly in bubble wrap, and then brown paper, thick brown paper. I do almost all like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard, but I think people putting them in poly mailers, I think they're mainly talking about trainers.
Yeah, even so, I still wouldn't do with trainers. I don't know. I just feel like they need a little bit more wrapping, but perhaps that's just me.
I don't know if you're cutting out again. Don't leave me again.
Yeah, no, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was you freezing then, but
yeah, okay, good.
So photograph-wise, oh, sorry.
Go on. No, sorry, I was just going to say hi to here in the chat.
Oh, hi, say. And Docty Doodle Do.
Oh, hi.
That's a new one on me. So photograph-wise, I do a sideways photo of the pair with the outside. So that's the right. Actually, I'm back to front, aren't I? But yeah, that's the outside of the shoe. Sideways like that, so they can see the shape like that. Then I take a photo from the top, looking down on them like that. one from the back of the pair showing the heel so they can see any marks on the heel. I might do one with them sort of open so you can see the insides, sort of in that sort of shape, and then one of the sole generally.
Yeah, I try, if it's like that as well, I try and get a close up, you know, of the heel, which can be quite hard to capture sometimes, I think. I once saw, I'm pretty sure it was Lee Retro, and he bought, for the first picture, basically, like, I don't know how to describe it, you probably see them in shoe shops, but you can stack the shoes on top of each other on like a clear plastic, basically, so that they're high on top of each other, so you can kind of see both, you know, the back and the two sides of the shoe, and it kind of, so it makes the shoe look like it's floating on a white background. I don't know how else to describe it, but yeah, so that they sit on each other, so you can see one shoe up here and then one shoe down there on your very first listing page.
Yeah, that looks nice as well. I always do like a completely white background as well, unless it's white shoes, in which case do a black background.
Yeah.
The whole lot, so there's no.
Right, just reading through the chat. So, okay, my wife actually buys boxes from eBay and they cost her about 20p each. Then I franken buy the box by breaking up the sides. She then puts posh looking in tracing paper, posh shoes in tracing paper in the box. 30p for a £30 sale is worth doing. Yeah, I think that's nice. And Rebecca E, my husband can get hold of the large air pockets, so I like to push one inside of the shoe, unless it's a dainty one, for postage. Oh, to keep the shoe, to keep it in shape throughout postage.
That's quite a good idea, actually. Yeah.
And so here, I think you have to be comfortable about how you are presenting your items to your buyers. Sometimes I feel a bit cheap when I'm taping the heck out of a crisp box containing expensive kit. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think if it looks nice from the outside, nicely packaged. I mean, I've seen some of the stuff I snipe on eBay. I've sent you pictures before, haven't I?
They're amazing.
Yeah. Just arriving in like a real dustbin bag and stuff. You know, I think if it arrives looking okay, it doesn't so much matter if it's a crisp box or whatever. But I think it looks as though you've taken some trouble to package it nicely, and all the tape's sort of fairly straight. And it does help.
The thing we do is if we use like you're saying then, you know, like the crisp box, or also I don't really like to use them, but also like Budweiser beer boxes, because they're really strong, but then we'll just brown package tape them, basically.
Yeah,
it's not, you know, first impression is, oh, it's in a nice brown box. Yeah.
Do you remember that pair of shoes I got, and they came in their original box? It was LK Bennett ones, and they were really nice, weren't they? And they just taped the box, the actual shoe box. I was livid.
It's hard. I think the worst one I've seen of that is in that gaming group GGG, and basically people buy like PlayStations or Xboxes or whatever, and people will just, and obviously the box is nice and you want to preserve it, and especially for people who have like man caves and things and they want it all on show, and people will literally just like brown tape around the thing, stick the Hermes label on the, and you're just like, oh my god, it's just horrible to see. Yeah.
It's bad enough when you go in charity shops and they've put this with those horrible little stickers that are so difficult to get off directly on things, but yeah, getting stuff in the post that's just brown tape over it.
Yeah, I'm really glad though that, because you know, over in America in the Goodwills they literally just write on in marker, don't they? Write on in marker the price of the thing. What a nightmare! How much time that must be to try and get that marker pen off your item.
And on the labels as well, don't they? Close them like directly on the bottom of shoes, like seeing that as well. That must be problematic to get shared.
Yeah.
Rebecca's just said the huge cat food boxes that hold 40 pouches are strong, but I try not to use them as I can imagine customers being revolted by cat food boxes. Yeah. I've used loads of those. I buy them for my cats all the time, and I use them for packaging loads, and I've never had a complaint, although I do wrap them in brown paper as well, so they don't know it's a cat food box until they get into it.
Yeah, No, my sister, I know which cat, yeah, my sister has a cat and we use hers as well. I must say, you know, out of the things that we've sent, no one has ever commented to say, I wanted like a new, new box or new packaging. The only thing I buy packaging for, other than the eBay voucher, is for Etsy, but that's just because it's, I'm not reselling over there. That's the only thing that I'll buy a box for, and wouldn't reuse a box.
I had feedback last week from a French lady in French. It was positive feedback, but she complained that I'd sent her shoes in a jiffy bag envelope, and it was a bloody brand new one as well. Cheeky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she bought flat shoes, like completely flat, like little, and so they fitted perfectly into like those jiffy bags that just slightly bigger than A4.
Yeah.
So I sent them a brand new one as well. I mean, I reuse jiffy bags a lot.
Yeah.
I've never had a complaint about that. But when I put her comment into Google Translate, see what it said, can't remember the wording, but what she was about the jiffy bag. But amazing what people get cross about, isn't it?
I just think when you're buying off of eBay, that's what I expect. Like if I was buying from, directly from Amazon, or like a shop like ASOS or Topshop or whatever, then you would probably, but from eBay it is just people selling online, isn't it? It's not like a massive corporation. I don't know, it seems strange to me to complain about that.
Yeah, as long as the item's fine, I don't really care about the packaging. But
Andrea is in the chat. Hi Andrea, I can't remember if I said that already. Let's have a look. Yeah, a lot of people using the cat food boxes. Lisa Shelley, local charity shop wrote in marker pen on an item I've sold before for £1, for 150 or £1.50. I'm not sure. I felt like crying. I didn't buy it. Oh, chat's going fast.
Somebody said we're her favourite resellers or best resellers or something, but I can't find it now. Oh, really? That was very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. They label. Oh, yes. Yeah. All right, Sib K saying, okay, so in charity shops, and they stick the label, the plastic label now, through the clothing, so then the clothing just has a tiny little hole in it, which you've then got to go on to mention. Yeah, that's really frustrating.
Very frustrating.
Yeah. Rebecca E, I've heard this happen a few times to other people. I haven't, it's never happened to me, but when you send an item, for example, there, she sent something in a Lego box, and then the buyer has messaged her saying, oh, hi, I haven't ordered any Lego. They don't actually open it up before before looking in there. I've seen a few people say they've had that.
Yeah. Lisa's in. Hi, Lisa.
Yeah, hi, Lisa.
My wife prints back boxes from the hospital. I've sent items in boxes with bed bath wipes written on the side. Yes, it could be worse.
Yeah.
Should we go to the question? Have we got more?
Yeah, I have got more. Let me go. Did we do the second one? Okay. The next question is from Go Eden Dag 82. I think that's pronounced. Hello ladies, I've started to sell part-time, mainly my old stuff and children's things. Was feeling really positive and selling consistently, but this weekend absolutely nothing. I have about 150 items listed. How many items do you need to have listed to avoid how many items do you need to have listed to avoid as far as possible dry spells? Thank you.
Well, I've had a dreadful weekend as well. Actually, yesterday was okay, but I've had a very quiet week the last week. And I've got 1,300 items listed. So you will never, I think with 150, you will get dry spells. It's not unusual to not sell anything for a few days. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I didn't get regular daily sales until I was really well into the hundreds. I think you'd say the same, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think I've said this in the past. Generally, what I notice personally myself, and this is just me, so obviously it depends on what you're selling. When I got to about 200 items, I would generally notice that I would get about one sale a day. When I got to, I think really, for quite a few sales a day, it was when I got over 500 items that started to happen, just for me personally.
Yeah.
I think the other thing to notice in your question there is that, you know, you're saying that you're selling old things, you know, from around your house and your personal objects and things. It could possibly be that you've listed everything, but all of the, not to say, but the decent stuff, but the better items, you know, the brands, the better brand items, that whatever has sold, because that just generally will sell faster. And maybe you might be left over with the slower selling items, and that's possibly why as well. But it is also, it's a tricky time of year.
Yeah.
You know, it is a tricky time of year.
You really do have to dig in over the next till mid-August, really. It's a difficult time of year, and you can get it. You just keep listing. That's all it is, isn't it? Don't worry, it will come back. It will get better. It's I have my worst Saturday. In fact, probably my worst day since about January.
And it puts doubts in your mind, doesn't it?
And yeah, someone's just said it's payday weekend as well. So yeah, worst Saturday since January.
Yeah, it will just naturally put doubt in your mind. Maybe you're doing the wrong thing, you know, and you just worry, will it pick up again? But it just will, and everyone gets them doubts, and it's just a natural thing, I think. So
I think, you know, the summer holidays are coming up. People with kids are thinking about going away and having to spend out all that money for the 6 weeks summer holidays. They're also, don't forget that if you're selling clothes and shoes and that sort of stuff that goes into summer sales, loads of the online retailers have got their summer sales in the last couple of weeks have kicked off, and they carry on for at least another couple of weeks. Yeah, because I've been buying stuff in the sales online. So if they're spending their money there, they're probably not going to be spending it on eBay, are they? So yeah, it is perfectly normal.
The other thing the other thing I was going to say as well was, give me 1 second, because now it's completely gone out of my mind. Oh, is that, you know, the past couple of months I've been, you know, really building up a lot of summer clothes, but I think I mentioned it on Instagram last week, is that now I'm switching really heavily to be starting to list on the autumn clothing and the winter clothing. Because if I'm thinking about it from my point of view now, like if I was buying for Olive, let's say, I'm not going to go and start buying her dresses because it's July. It's still raining, but it's July, and like I'm not going to buy her a dress that she's going to perhaps be in for just a couple of weeks before then I have to, you know, move over to the trousers and stuff again. Not to say, you know, don't list it, but my heavily, you know, I was heavily focusing on summer clothes, but now I'm gonna switch the focus over onto the winter autumn clothes.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat saying the same thing. Heather's in. Hi Heather, how are you? And somebody, sorry, it's just gone down again. My mouse isn't working properly.
Reseller Mem's in as well.
Somebody with 800 listings. Sorry, I can't see your comment anymore because it's just gone up too quickly.
Yeah.
They only have 3 sales at the weekend. So yeah, I think it's patchy for everybody. You know, there are people saying they're having great weekends, which is great, you know, but it is a patchy time of year.
Yeah. Natalie, did you read this out? I can't remember. Bit relieved that others have had a rough payday weekend. If it wasn't for one decent sale yesterday, it would have been awful. And then Heather says, agreed, got over 700 listings and still get the odd days when you get 0 sales. Where are we? And Zahir is saying the same sort of thing. Sid K says, Caroline, spot on. My wife's fashion store, 300 items, some defo overpriced, cough. Like 1 item all week. She was panicking. Clearly eBay must have listened. Then she got 4 items on Sunday. 4 sales on Sunday. And then Neil says, yeah, just keep listing.
Yeah. That's all we can do, really.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, I'm trying to...
Yeah, Welsh Thrifter. Oh, hi, Welsh Thrifter's in the chat. That's from Instagram, isn't it?
Yeah, Welsh Thrifter is, I think it's just all one word, Welsh Thrifter, worth following on Instagram.
Definitely, yeah. Good.
I hope this is the right person. I think he has a very good average selling price. I hope that's the right person, I'm not sure.
It's the same one that I've said, I guess, yeah.
Oh wow, reseller mum. I don't know if anyone caught her stories yesterday.
Oh my God,
She
you
picked
found
up,
that already?
yeah, she picked up a Zara jacket. I think it was new with tags.
It was beautiful. It was all sequined.
Yeah.
Amazing. I
She
wanted
picked,
it.
did you buy it?
It's been many years since I fitted in anything made in Zara.
She paid £5 and it sold for, yeah,
£59.99.
yeah, it sold
Well
within
done,
less than
Lola.
4 hours.
Amazing sale.
It's good, isn't it? Okay, so the next question is from North London Lass. I think this is a good question, actually. I'm new to reselling, and everywhere I see reference to the fourth quarter, lots mentioning stockpiling. I would have presumed they're talking toys and giftables. So my questions are, do either of you hold back items for the fourth quarter? If so, what? And how crazy does that time of year get on eBay?
Right. Yeah, the mysterious fourth quarter that everybody talks about. David McGregor's just come in the chat.
Hi, David.
Oh, stereo. Hi, David. I don't do a lot different. I think there's quite a lot of hype around fourth quarter. You're probably better to answer this with what you do, because you change up what you do quite considerably, don't you?
Yeah. The way, I think the best way, because there is a lot of hype about fourth quarter, and don't get me, it can be, you know, it can be incredible, but you need to be buying the items that are selling for Christmas. So like the past couple of months been focusing on clothing on eBay because we wanted to slow down on Amazon after the fourth quarter. Now, I wouldn't carry, personally, I wouldn't carry on, if I was wanting to go from, you know, mad fourth quarter, I'm not going to carry on listing like secondhand clothes for that. For fourth quarter, I'm going to be buying things that people buy as gifts. I don't know how to try and explain it properly. Basically, if you're like, say you're an Etsy store and you make handmade cards, you need to have Christmas cards in your shop for big Christmas sales. Don't be a handmade card shop on Etsy and don't have any Christmas items and expect a big fourth quarter when you've only got like happy birthday or Valentine's Day cards in. You need to have the item that is, you know, going to sell at what people want to buy at that time of year, if that makes sense. Don't know if I've explained that very well.
I mean, I don't really sell Christmassy items. I do hold back sort of toiletries, gift sets and that sort of thing a little bit, although I haven't done that as much this year because I've just been buy it and list it, because I'm trying to just not sell seasonally anymore, in as far as I'm still trying to get through my backlog, and it's just too complicated to put stuff away. I'm trying really hard not to do that now. So I'm probably going to be doing even less. And I only did a very moderate, tiny little bit of amount really for fourth quarter in terms of listing different stuff. So I'm going to be doing even less this year because I'm just listing what I've got when I get it.
Yeah.
Neil says, I think fourth quarter is all about what you sell. For my stuff, it makes very little difference, to be honest. I think, yeah, I agree with that. I think people are in more of a buying mood. I think sales do go up, don't they? Always October, November are good months for me. And then December tends to tail off, and January's, touch wood, always one of my best months of the year. But lots of people have crazy Decembers. I mean, are you going to be doing more FBA again this year, Christmas?
Yeah, I think we'll, I'm deciding at the moment whether to, I feel like stretched too thin a little bit, whether to focus more on Etsy a little bit or to, you know, push FBA. But we will slow down on, I don't know what selling Christmas time like is on eBay, because generally we forget about eBay, to be perfectly honest, when it comes to them last months of the year, and we move over to Amazon. So I can, you know, and yes, we do hold things back. I was buying on the 24th of December, just, you know, the year gone, for Christmas coming this year in the sales. Yes, we hold stuff back, and it's gonna be your toys, your gift sets, that type of thing, and then we will probably start sending up about September time, the stuff that we've held back. Yeah, I think that's the best way to say it, really.
Yeah, we've got a question there. Where's it gone? Do you guys do your accounts yourself, or do you have an accountant?
Jamie does ours.
So you have an accountant. He's called Jamie.
I have an accountant. He's called Jamie. Yeah.
I do mine to a certain point, and then it all gets handed over to the accountant to do the tax return.
Do you find it much like a quicker process, him doing it?
Oh God, yes. Yeah, completely. Yeah, definitely. I hate doing the accounts. I hate inputting all the receipts and the mileage and all that stuff. Hate it. But I do all that and give him the numbers and the spreadsheets, and he collates that all for the tax returns. So yeah.
Yeah. And
I'm very grateful. I'd quite like him to input all the receipts as well, but I can't really justify the expense of that.
Yeah. I know, it's so boring. Yeah, no, just give it to Jamie. Reseller mum. So many people I know are buying for Christmas now. I'm not that organised. I was saying to my sister, because she sells her own drawings and her prints on Etsy, and I was saying to her in June, you really now need to start drawing your Christmas type things. She has like a lot of black and white illustrations, and I think it's just quite surprising to her that she would have to start so soon to get that, to get that going. But yeah,
people do, as soon as the kids go back to school, people start thinking about starting buying for Christmas to spread things, don't they? So I think
yeah,
definitely. Whoever it was who was saying that we should be putting winter clothes on, yeah, we probably should, shouldn't we? In fact, it was you, wasn't it, just now?
I'm just running through the chat.
I find packing around Christmas a nightmare, too much. That's why I do FBA a lot more. Yeah, I kind of wish that I did FBA at Christmas time, I have to say. I hate packing.
Yeah. Right, I don't know if we've got one more question.
I think that was all the ones you sent me.
Yeah, one last one has just come in. Reselling by the sea. I'm just starting out reselling and trying to find more confidence. I find car boot sales a bit intimidating and wonder if you always haggle.
Yes.
Yeah?
Not with my teddy bears, though. Yeah, I do. But I was talking to somebody. Was I talking about this or writing it? Oh, I wrote an article about, no, sorry, I'm just, stop. Caroline, reset, start that sentence again. How many words can you say without saying nothing? No, I can't remember what I was bloody answering. Haggling. Yes, I do haggle, and it is hard to start with. If you don't feel confident with it, it is hard. But smile and offer them a bit less. The worst thing they can say is no. And if they say no, just move on if you don't want to pay that price for it. But I will almost always try and haggle, and quite often, even if they say no, I'll still buy it for the price they wanted anyway. It's just inside me that I need to haggle.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit different. If I'm happy with the price, then I will just pay it. If it's say it's £2 into 15 pair of shoes or whatever, then I find that I don't haggle and I'm just happy to, that's a fair price for me. Jamie is very different and will haggle everything. Even if someone said 50p, he would always say, you say 25p? He will, yeah, he will haggle everything.
Oh God, no, 50p. I just wouldn't bother.
Oh, he loves it. He just loves to he needs to feel that he's got a really good deal. You know what I mean?
Don't feel intimidated. No, it is hard to start with.
It's hard to start, yeah.
Yeah, it is, but everybody is doing it. Or most people are doing it. So just give it a go. If you don't feel comfortable with it, don't do it anymore. But honestly, I bet once you start, you want to carry on because it's always nice getting something for £1.50 that they wanted £3 for or whatever.
I think it is, in a car boot situation, it is expected that people will knock the price down. I think it's the only place in the UK where that kind of, knocking the price down and haggling sort of comes into play. Like over in Asia a lot, it's just culture in even when they're just buying in shops or markets or whatever, that they just, they haggle everywhere. But in the UK, I think it's just like the car boot scene, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh God, this chat's going too quickly. We're missing it.
Neil saying tight wads for haggling under £2.
I don't that much, David. Only occasionally for that. But well, no, that's not true. Oh God, I can't keep up with this. Someone just asked another question. It's gone now. My mouse is not working properly.
David McGregor is asking how your website's coming along.
Oh, the website. Have you not been to see it, David? Have you not been to see my website, David? Sorry, mine and Mike's website. If Mike listens to this, he won't be impressed that I said mine. It's very good, thank you. It had a very good reception from everybody, and it's find it flip it with dashes in between the words.com. And we've got a new video coming out shortly, which is this month's question for our YouTubers panel, which was, what was the question, Rachel?
It was, is it your latest,
your most memorable sale?
Memorable sale, that's the one.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the word memorable, ironically.
Yeah. But yeah, we're getting lots of good content up over there now, so do go and have a look if you haven't been to look already.
Yeah, it's well worth checking out. I'm just laughing in the comments because so many people are divided whether to haggle, like how low you haggle. Like 50p is fair, 50p is too much. Brilliant.
Natalie says, I always haggle, then realise I haven't got the right change and find that a bit awkward. Like I got, yes, I've had that as well. That is always embarrassing.
And someone was asking as well, but sorry, I've lost the question now, but asking how much you take to a car boot.
Yeah, doing it yourself lifestyle. What's the most you spend at a car CS or car boot at one time? I don't have a limit. I'll take about 250 to the car boot normally. Rarely spend that much, probably spend maybe 100, 150, sometimes 200, but rarely.
Yeah.
And charity shop, yeah, it depends what I can get. So I don't have a specific limit personally, but
yeah, car boot we take 300 to, and we're lucky there is, if it was an amazing car boot, there is a cash machine over the road, so we're quite lucky with that. Charity shop doesn't, we pay on cards. We have the PayPal card, so that's fine. But yeah, generally, 300, but that's between two of us. And I think we generally spend between 250 and 300 majority of the weeks, unless it's, poor car boot or whatnot. That's about right for us too.
Yeah, certainly in the summer.
Yeah.
Easy to spend that much, isn't it? Mm.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want, if that's everything.
I think that we've done all the questions, haven't we?
Yeah, we've done all the Instagram questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably done.
So did we decide that we weren't going to do it every 2 weeks? We're just going to do the show a bit more sporadically.
Yes, when we just when the mood takes us.
Yeah.
We'll be back again. It's hard during the summer, isn't it? Because there's a lot on. As you say, Mondays are busy with sorting out stuff from car boats and
packaging as well.
We will be back, but we'll be back.
Yeah.
At some unspecified point. We'll let you know.
Yeah. So thank you for watching, everyone, and next time we will be over on Caroline's channel, and I'll put all the links and stuff in the description box down below, and speak to you again soon.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.